Looking at the end of the season stats, Michael Vick had 1,800 passing yards for 11 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Of course, he was injured for about 3 or 4 games, so his numbers weren't as good as you'd like him to see, but still a solid season, and we brought him in, and he did exactly what we needed him to do. He made plays with his legs, took some of the pressure off of Adrian Peterson, which was great. Wayne Hancock, the rookie, stepped in for a few games as well and did very well. We weren't necessarily, expecting him to play, but he still did good. Matt Castle did his thing too. Adrian Peterson, just a boss, like always. Easily one of the best running backs of all time. 1,600 yards, 10 rushing touchdowns on the season for AP. That's a good year. Toby Gerhart, our second string back, 644 yards for 4 touchdowns. Gerhart got a lot more productive this year compared to last year, which is what you love to see. Once again, Vic got it done with his legs. Joe Banyard, one of the guys on this roster that doesn't get enough carries that he probably deserves. He was such a good third back for us just because he broke loose and just got stuff done. Wayne Hancock, once again, doing things with his legs as well. Greg Jennings, easily the number one wideout on this team, always making the catches when it matters the most, always making the plays. James Jones, our recent signing, in the offseason last year, did really great. Kyle Rudolph, 317 yards, 3 touchdowns, was a very good third down option for us this year. Cordell Patterson was pretty good, had a few drops, and did have a few fumbles there, as you guys saw in the last video. Kind of what you expect. Adrian Peterson and Toby Gerhart got involved. Jarius Wright, once again, our fourth wide receiver on the roster, did fairly good. Devin Furman, our rookie wide receiver that we drafted, he only had 4 catches for about 40 yards. We'd like to see his production go up next season, and potentially, obviously in the playoffs here, we'd like to see a lot more production from him as well. On defense, Hodges led us in total tackles of the team. Desmond Bishop was right behind him a second there. Harrison Smith, Chad Greenway, a lot of these guys. Namdi Awesome, a cornerback that we signed in the offseason, did really good as far as just being a good number one corner for us. Leading the team in sacks this year was Brian Robertson and Jared Allen, which is exactly what you'd expect to see. Those are our best 2 defensive linemen. Kirk Dungy, actually, rookie season, 5 sacks. I mean, that's huge. Kevin Williams getting it done. Everson Griffin, he popped up earlier with 5 sacks. So it was a good year for the defense. As far as it goes with our leading tacklers and just making plays. Namdi Asamoah and Xavier Rhodes led the team in interceptions. Everyone else had either 2 or 1. So, it wasn't necessarily a terrible year for the defense, but it was just overall in total, I think, a really solid year for the defense. Obviously, the offense got it done as well, which leads us to the playoffs. Looking into the playoffs, we do have one single injury on the roster here. That's going to be our center, John Sullivan. So A.Q. Shipley, who we signed in the offseason, is going to be getting the start. He only has 2 weeks left, so if we can get through the playoffs here, we might be able to get our star center back. In the playoffs, in the wild card round, we're going to be taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, obviously Tampa Bay is going to get home field advantage here. Michael Vick, first play for the offense for Minnesota. Vic's going to take off. No, he's not. He's going to dump it off to James Jones. That was a good catch by James Jones there, and just a good heads-up play by Michael Vick. Once again, pulling guys out with his legs and then making the play, either whether he takes off and runs or just buys enough time for guys to get open. Rhett Ellison, great catch on the sideline there as Minnesota is driving down the field. Adrian Peterson going to get this carry. Oh boy, he's breaking loose. He decided to go backwards for some reason, but still is going to gain the first down. He has 33 yards on the day already, and we're still in the first quarter. So Adrian Peterson getting off to a good hot start very quickly here. Adrian Peterson going to get the next carry as well. He takes it right in. What a carry. Just being able to bounce off the tacklers and find his way into the end zone. Minnesota is on the board first. Tampa Bay is going to take it down and get a field goal. So this game is going to be a close one so far. Adrian Peterson going to get stuffed in the backfield. That's going to be for a loss of 4 on this next possession for Minnesota. So already not looking good. 2nd and 14. Vic takes the snap. He's looking. He's going to dump it off to Kyle Rudolph. Rudolph is going to gain about 11 yards back there. So we're looking at a very short 3rd and 3 to keep this drive alive. Vic takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Adrian Peterson. He's rolling out to his left. He's looking. He sets his feet, throws, and Greg Jennings makes the grab for the first down. That's a 16-yard gain from Greg Jennings. That was an impressive throw and an impressive catch. Joe Banyard checking in early in this game here in the second quarter. He's going to get a gain of 7 on that play. That was a great run by Joe Banyard. Like I said, one of the underrated guys on this roster that just makes plays when it matters most. Michael Vick with an empty backfield takes the snap. He's looking down the field. He's going to throw it to James Jones. James Jones is going to grab that, turn up field for a big gain. That's going to be another first down. Reaching the 2-minute warning here in the second quarter. Adrian Peterson breaking tackles. That is going to be good for about a gain of 10 or 11. That's going to be another first down. Adrian Peterson going to get the next carry as well. He's running. If he would have stayed up on his feet, he could have been gone, but he's going to carry that one to about to the 5-yard line. Vic on the next play takes a snap. He's looking in the end zone, finds Greg Jennings for the touchdown. So Minnesota on their first 2 possessions are going to go down and score touchdowns. Gotta love to see the efficiency here from Minnesota. Tampa Bay is unable to do anything with the football on that drive. They're going to go ahead here and punt it away. Cordell Patterson is back waiting for this punt. But again, you got to be so happy with how Minnesota started off this game. They're up 14-3. Not much time left here in the second quarter. A chance to put some more points up on the board. If Cordell Patterson can have a good return, he's did a 50, he's did a 40. He's going to step out around the 33-yard line there. Vic's going to take the snap on the next play. He's looking for Patterson, but Patterson is unable to come up with it. So that's a kind of a crucial drop for Patterson there. He's had a few of them this year, but Vic's going to find Jennings. What a catch. Another amazing catch by Jennings there. Minnesota is going to burn one of those timeouts to try to get themselves here in scoring position. Vic's going to roll out to his left on the next play. He's looking downfield. He was going to take off there because nobody was open, but a good heads-up tackle there by the Buccaneers defense. Vic on the next play, he's looking downfield. He's going to find Cordell Patterson. There's the catch we're looking for. That one's going to get them down to about the 3-yard line. 2 seconds left. Vic's looking. He's going to take off and run and then throw it away at the last second. I don't know what Vic was doing there. It was a user error. But if you just ignore that, he crossed the line, and you can't throw that ball after you do that. I don't know why you just didn't run it in for the touchdown, but user error once again. Starting off the third quarter, Adrian Peterson's going to get the carry there. That's going to be good for a gain of 6. Jarius Wright going to try to reach out for the first down, but he's not going to get it. It is 4th and 1 for Minnesota here. Jarius Wright has always found himself just making 1 or 2 catches a game that just always seem to be right place, right time. Normally he's pretty good at picking up the first down. He's just going to be short on that play there. Tampa Bay is going to drive down and get themselves a field goal after Minnesota has to punt it away after it being 4th down. So it's 14-6. Vic's going to find Rudolph in the middle of the field for a big pickup, but Rudolph is going to take a big hit, and he is going to get injured on that play. A few plays later, Michael Vick's looking downfield. He's going to throw it to Jennings. Jennings going to catch it in traffic and find a few extra yards. Going to get a few yards after the catch. Kyle Rudolph, his injury isn't as bad as we were thinking it was going to be, so he'll be back in this game. Toby Gerhart going to get his first carry of the game to end the third quarter. He has 9 yards on that rush. Next play, Adrian Peterson going to get the carry. He's got the first down. He's looking for the end zone, and Adrian Peterson is in. Another 6 on the board for Minnesota, which, again, that was just a big run. Adrian Peterson always knowing how to break it loose there. Tampa Bay is going to go down and get themselves a touchdown. So Tampa Bay is not out of this one yet as we head into the fourth quarter. Next possession for Minnesota, Toby Gerhart breaking loose, and if he had that extra gear, he could have been gone. If that was Adrian Peterson, that one might have been a house call. But Adrian Peterson does get the next carry. That one is good for a gain of 9. 131 yards on the day for Adrian Peterson so far. He's going to get the next carry after that, and is he going to get down to about the 17-yard line? Almost a house call, as we were talking about. Joe Banyard's going to get the next carry. He's got the first down. He's looking for the end zone, and Joe Banyard is going to put another 6 on the board for Minnesota. An impressive run from our, third string back on the roster. So, I mean, you just got to be so impressed with this run game from Minnesota. Joe Banyard on the next possession. He's going to get the next carry. He's going to bounce that one up. That is good for about a gain of 15 or 16. Another great run by Joe Banyard there. Gerhart is in now. He's going to get the carry up the middle. Can he get into the end zone? He does. That was an impressive run. Gerhart just puts his head down. That's what's so great about him. He's just such a good third down back, needing short gains. He just puts his head down. He's able to bully people and just get it done. Tampa Bay unable to do anything with their possession, so they're going to go ahead and punt it away. Cordell Patterson is back waiting for this one, hoping to get a good return. Not going to get some good blocks, but he's going to try to bounce this one to the outside, and he didn't gain much there. He maybe got an extra 5 yards from where he initially caught it. Adrian Peterson on the carry. That is good for a gain of 4 as Minnesota's looking to burn the clock here as you're up 35-14. This is where you just run that clock out and you end this game and head on to the next round. Peterson is going to get the carry on 2nd and 6. He's breaking loose. Red Ellison's going to get in his way, but that's still good for a gain of about 15-20. So again, that could have been another house call for Minnesota. So Adrian Peterson, next play, next carry, that is going to be good for a gain of 6. So Minnesota just looking to run the clock out here with some run plays. Peterson going to get the next carry. He's going to try to juke out the defender. He's going to get bounced to the outside. That's good for a gain of 10, but he is going to step out of bounds, so that is going to stop the clock here. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Peterson on the next carry. He's going to get tackled after a gain of 1, but that's going to do it. Now we have our third matchup this season against Green Bay. So Green Bay went 15-1 this year. Their only loss coming to Minnesota, and I think week 14 or 15 to a Matt Castle-led Minnesota Vikings. So Minnesota heading into this divisional round against Green Bay. If we win this one, we're in the championship game. And I mean, we're going up against Aaron Rodgers and this Green Bay Packers team. We know how talented they are. We know that this team, is probably the team to beat in the NFC. So hopefully looking to have a good game here. First carry of the day after Green Bay is going to go down on their first drive and score a touchdown. Adrian Peterson gets that first carry for Minnesota. Vic looking downfield. He finds James Jones. What a grab by James Jones there. That's good for 17 yards. Minnesota looking like they're getting ready to, pile up a big drive here. Next play goes out to Kyle Rudolph, and he is going to be just short of the first down. So it's 3rd and 3. Adrian Peterson gets the carry. He only gains a yard. Clay Matthews with a big heads-up play. Going forward on 4th down, Vic going to try to use his legs. Can he beat the defender? He does. So a big 4th down run by Michael Vick there to keep this drive alive. Adrian Peterson on the next carry, trying to break free. That's good for a gain of 5. He couldn't quite break the tackle there to make that a bigger run, but he is going to get the next carry on 2nd and 5. That's good for a gain of 3. Minnesota once again looking at a 3rd and 2. It's going to be pitched to Peterson, but a great heads-up tackle by Clay Matthews. That's only good for a gain of 1. 4th and 3. Minnesota's being aggressive, and they're going to go for it. Vic's looking upfield. He's going to run, and he's going to dive. He had a little bit more room there, but I think he realized he got the first down. Just dive, get downed, don't get injured. Next play, Vic's going to find Rhett Ellison. There's a flag on the play. It looks like it's going to be a late hit on Vic off of Clay Matthews there. That's exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be roughing the passer on Clay Matthews. That one's going to get him half the distance to the goal. So Minnesota's going to get the ball here on Green Bay's third yard line here. Vic looking for the end zone. That one's going to be dropped. Great breakup play there. Green Bay's defense has proven to be tough so far. Adrian Peterson's going to get the carry. He's going to come up short of the goal line as well. It is 4th and goal for Minnesota. They're going to go for it as they always do. Adrian Peterson this time is successful. Minnesota finally on the board in this game. We're going to tie this one up at 7-all. Aaron Rodgers and that Green Bay Packers offense is going to drive down the field and put another touchdown in. Vic is going to get sacked on the very first play of the drive. Minnesota looking at a 2nd and 7. Vic's going to load up. He's going to throw to Kyle Rudolph. That one is good for about a gain of 11 or 12. So looking at a 3rd and 9. Kyle Rudolph can't come up with that one. It is going to be 4th and 9 for Minnesota. They're going to go ahead and punt it away. Green Bay on their possession is going to get a field goal, so Minnesota gets the ball back, and they're down 17-7. Vic's looking down the field. He's going to find Jarius Wright once again. Right place, right time. That is good for a gain of 11 and the first down. Vic's going to fake the handoff on the next play to Adrian Peterson. He's looking down the field. He's going to find James Jones. That was a huge gain, about 16 or 17. Next play, Vic's looking downfield. He's going to wait, and he's going to find Kyle Rudolph. Kyle Rudolph is going to make the toe tap grab on the sideline. He reels that one in. Oh, he waited there. Vic was a little late on throwing the ball, but Rudolph just able to time it just right to catch that one in bounds and give Minnesota the first down. Minnesota's on the move. Next play, Adrian Peterson on the carry. That one's going to be good for a gain of 5. So Green Bay's defense has been really, really tough against Adrian Peterson, but Peterson's going to get the next carry, and he's going to get the first down on third down. Next play, Vic's going to fake the handoff to Adrian Peterson. He's throwing for Kyle Rudolph. Rudolph's going to grab that one. That's good for a gain of 9, 2nd and 1. Peterson gets the carry. He's going to get the first down as first and goal Minnesota. Minnesota is driving here late in the third quarter, trying to get a touchdown on the board and bring this one back to get this game a little closer. You're down by 10 right now. So Vic on 2nd and goal, he's looking, he's scrambling out of the pocket. He's going to try to throw it, and that one's going to be deflected by Clay Matthews. That was a good play there on the coverage of Kyle Rudolph. Vic on 3rd and goal is looking, and that one is going to be a drop pass. No, it's going to be a breakup, actually. The Green Bay defender is going to get in there and just bat that one down, so Minnesota's going to have to settle for a field goal here. So that gets them back in within 7 in the third quarter. Minnesota gets the ball back here after Green Bay can't do anything with it. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Vic's looking, has all the time in the world, takes a deep shot, and Greg Jennings was open there for a little bit, but Vic just waited too long to throw that one, and Green Bay just makes a good play on the ball. That one's going to be deflected down. He was lucky it wasn't intercepted. Adrian Peterson is going to get the carry on 2nd and 10. That's good for a gain of 9, so Adrian Peterson still trying to get it done after having a slow start to the day. 3rd and 1, Kyle Rudolph's going to get the grab. That is first down for Minnesota. A few plays later, Vic gets the snap. He's going to find Kyle Rudolph once again. Kyle Rudolph has been very productive in this game. Adrian Peterson gets the carry on 1st and 10. That's good for a gain of 5. So Adrian Peterson starting to get a little warmed up here, starting to make some plays. Vic's going to find Cordell Patterson on 2nd and 5. That is good for a first down, but Cordell Patterson is going to take a big hit there and get injured. So that's not good for us because he's also our kick returner as well. On 1st and 10, Vic's going to roll out. That one's good for a gain of 9. Vic taking a big hit there. You got to watch those. That could have been an ugly injury if that one would have went a little worse. But Vic's going to try to find James Jones there on 3rd and 1. And James Jones isn't going to be able to come up with it. An abdominal tear for Cordell Patterson. He won't be able to come back in this one. So Jarius Wright is going to get all of Cordell Patterson's plays on 3rd and 1. Adrian Peterson, did he get it done? He did. That's going to be first down for Minnesota. On the next play, Vic finds Jennings over the middle on the slant route. That's good for a gain of 14. Play later, Vic's looking deep down the field. He's going to find James Jones. James Jones is going to get injured, but Minnesota's going to have the ball with 2 minutes, 28 seconds left here on the clock. Can Adrian Peterson punch it in? He does. So a great drive for Minnesota there, even though you're going to be looking at 2 injuries to your wideout room. Hopefully, some guys will step up, or maybe we can get James Jones back in this one. Minnesota just trying to stay in this one. They were able to tie it up. On Green Bay's next possession here, they're driving down the field. Eddie Lacy is getting a bunch of carries, burning a lot of time off the clock here. Green Bay is going to get a field goal out of this. So Minnesota is down 3 points with 1:17 left. James Jones will be able to return to this game. Michael Vick looking, and he's going to find the rookie, Furman, for a gain of 9 there. So Furman stepping in for James Jones here. That was a good route. Gets himself open, makes the catch. Another little toe tap there to bring that one in bounds for a nice 2nd and 1. Vic's looking downfield. He's trying to get it in there. The Rudolph That one's going to be broken up. It is 3rd and 1. Fakes the handoff to Peterson. Vic rolls out to his right. He's looking. He's going to stop. He's going to throw. That one's going to be the Greg Jennings. Jennings going to pick up the first down, but there's a flag on the play, and it looks like it's going to be another roughing the passer for Nick Perry, and that's going to give Minnesota an extra 15 yards after the catch. So that one gets Minnesota into Green Bay territory. And again, Vic's going to find the rookie. That's going to be the other rookie, Claytor, who's going to make that catch. Next play, Vic looking downfield. He's going to find the rookie again. That's going to be Furman making that for a gain of 3. Vic looking for end zone. That one's going to be broken up. Again, looking for Furman, the rookie, on that one. 3rd and 7. Vic throwing down the field. That one's going to be broken up as well. It is 4th and 7. Minnesota going to have to settle for a field goal. So this one is all tied up with 26 seconds left. Blair Walsh coming in clutch. He's going to nail this field goal to tie this game up late in the 4th quarter. Can Green Bay do anything with the ball? They cannot. So a chance to return this one here for Minnesota, but you got to remember Cordell Patterson is out, so A.J. Jefferson is going to be our return man. Hopefully he can break a few tackles. He cannot. So that is going to end the 4th quarter. We are going into overtime. And I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I forgot the overtime rules, but you'll see what happens. So Minnesota is going to get the ball. They win the coin toss. They elect to receive the ball. And Minnesota, they got to punch this one in, right? First carry is going to go to Adrian Peterson on 3rd and inches. He is going to get it? Who knows? I think the officials here are going to bring out the chain gain. Let's see. Did Adrian Peterson get it? He did. First down for Minnesota. So the drive stays alive. Vic on the next play is looking down the field. He's going to find Rhett Ellison, the backup tight end. That one's going to be a catch. Vic looking downfield again. He's going to find Jennings over the middle. So Minnesota moving down the field here. Adrian Peterson going to get the carry on first down. That one's good for a gain of 3. So already only 2 minutes left in this overtime quarter. But both teams get a chance to score. So Minnesota needs to put one on the board. Vic finds James Jones over the middle. Big catch. He got injured earlier in this game, but to come back in and to make the grab, that's a huge play for James Jones as he's going to get down around the 12-yard line there. Just found an opening in the field. Vic dialed one up and just connected there. So inside the red zone, next play, Peterson gets the carry. He's going to get stuffed. 3rd and 4 for Minnesota. And they need to punch this one in. Vic's rolling out to his left. He's looking down the field. He's just going to throw this one away. Not what you wanted to see. Going to have to settle for a Blair Walsh field goal. That one is up and good. Minnesota takes the lead by 3, but Green Bay gets a chance. It is 3rd and 12 for Green Bay. And Rodgers finds Sanders wide open. Minnesota defense playing a little too lax of zone coverage there. Rodgers is going to tear you up every single time. Eddie Lacy is going to get the grab, and that's good for a gain of 9. So 2nd and 1, Green Bay driving down the field now as they're in Minnesota territory. Next play here, there is a flag. It looks like it's going to be a false start on the offensive line for Green Bay. So that's going to move them back 5 yards. So Green Bay's looking at a 2nd and 6 now, which is going to help Minnesota out, but Green Bay gets the first down. Rodgers looking downfield. He's going to have to unload it to Eddie Lacy. Lacy not wanting to go down, but Jefferson will make the tackle after a gain of 6. Aaron Rodgers, 5 completed passes in a row. This is what this guy does. He puts game-winning drives together. He's looking over the middle. He's going to find Ford. That one's not a touchdown, but he's down at the half-yard line. That's a big one to let up. You really wish Jefferson would have turned his head and made a play on the ball, but he didn't. There was just enough space there. He does make the game-saving tackle, though. Next play, Rodgers is going to pitch it to Eddie Lacy, and no one is there to make the tackle, and that is going to be the end of the Minnesota Vikings season as Aaron Rodgers does it once again. Oh, devastating for Minnesota. I mean, you had this one in the bag. So many opportunities where he could have won this one, but it just didn't go our way in the final closing seconds of this game. You can't be upset. I mean, Vic stepped up and did what he had to do. Adrian Peterson did have a slow day, but still made great carries when it mattered most. But unfortunately, Minnesota just couldn't get it done in this game, and it's a devastating way to end the season. But we didn't necessarily expect to go win a Super Bowl. So Green Bay is going to beat the Washington Redskins in the conference playoffs, and then Baltimore is going to sneak past Buffalo. So you're looking at a Baltimore and Green Bay Super Bowl, and Green Bay is going to win it. So if we're going to lose to any team, it always feels good to lose to the Super Bowl winning team, right? So again, this obviously wasn't the season that Minnesota necessarily wanted. We have a big offseason ahead of us here with a lot of guys that contracts are ending, so we got to make a few moves here, hopefully retain a few guys, and just try to regather ourselves. But a solid season overall for your Minnesota Vikings to go to the divisional round and to lose in an absolute heartbreaker, a game that we could have won if a few plays went a little differently. I think Minnesota is moving in the right direction here. You know, Vic did great as always. Adrian Peterson, once again, just an absolute baller. But I think the defense definitely needs some upgrades. It's going to be something that we're going to have to look at in the offseason. That's going to do it for this video. We'll see you in the next Minnesota Vikings franchise. We'll catch you later. Oh, and one last thing. Screw Green Bay.